Hey, it's AT time. My name is Ron Friedman, and today on Animation Trainers, we're doing another ASMRnimation session, and we're going to be talking about best practices for shooting video reference for dialogue animation, and the best way to make sure you get as much out of the clip to follow as possible. And to make sure that you don't miss any of the other videos in this series or any of the videos that we post here on Animation Trainers, then make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and switch the notification bell to all. And don't forget to check out our website and our Patreon page where you can join our community and participate in online feedback sessions for only $2 a week. When creating a dialogue animation, it is always best to know exactly what you're going to be doing before you even open up any software. The computer is too slow a workplace to be guessing or experimenting with things. This is why thumbnails and video reference are so valuable. It's because they provide us a more quickly iterative way to be able to experiment and try things before we commit to the slower, more laborious process of creating final animation. And as long as the animation that is being created is within the possibilities of something you can actually perform yourself, then I personally believe that video reference like that is the best possible reference material for animation, because not only does it give you all of the key poses and all of the changes that are happening and a reference of that material like you would have in thumbnails, but more importantly, you have a reference of the timing, which is basically the fundamental ground that you build your animation on. Comment quiz. Are you comfortable being filmed while performing, or are you a little camera shy? I'd love to know in the comments below. Remember, all the cool kids comment. The reason that it's so important to get a good performance in the video reference is because this is the backbone that you're going to hang your animation on. And so the more closely you can get that video reference to be what you want the animation to be, then you can follow it exactly, and it's going to make that transitioning from the video reference to 3D that much easier. It's so important to keep in mind that this is an acting job. Animation is creating a performance through another object, much like puppeteering. But it's still necessary to know and understand the principles of staging and acting in order to create the best possible video reference for your dialogue animation. I decided that a character looking over their shoulder and being surprised and saying, "Huh? Who, me? No, I couldn't possibly." Obviously, if I were working in a production, then I don't get to decide what my character's going to say and do. But because this is a piece that I'm creating much like someone would for a demo reel or something, I get to decide what I'm going to have the character say and do and get to make it up. And so I wanted to do a bit of business that would have as much change as possible, not just physically, but emotionally. Animation is all about change, and so the more opportunities I have to create change in the performance, the more dynamic the animation is going to feel. While you may not want it to be stretchy or unnatural in any way, it's also unnatural to have it become too still, which the computer's great at, and so it's important to keep things alive. So for emotional change, I have the character going from a quizzical attitude to surprise, to denial, to sheepishness. I get to go through 4 emotional states, basically. And then, of course, for physical change, I have the character starting facing away from the person they're going to end up talking to, who's off screen. And so we get the head turnaround, then the full body turnaround, and then, of course, movement within once they've turned around to indicate their different emotional changes. The importance of paying attention to how my weight is moving over my feet is going to be very important once we get to the stage of transferring from video reference to posing in 3D. So now that I've decided what I want exactly that performance to be, I can now create video reference of myself acting it out. I will have the audio playing in the background, and I will do the performance over and over multiple times so that I give myself as many opportunities as possible. I've already decided what I'm doing, so I'm not really changing my overall body language that much, but there are going to be smaller changes, little things I do that might be very interesting. I might even decide that I want to use part of one take and then part of another, but because I'm doing basically the same overall movement, I shouldn't have a problem cutting the two together. There shouldn't be any kind of big pops or jumps. And of course, it's important that I make sure that I have good silhouette and I'm standing in a clear way to the camera and making sure that I read well. I'm going to be following this video reference, and so the more closely I can get it to what I want the final animation to be, the easier it's going to be to just translate it one-to-one if possible. And when I'm doing the video reference, it's not as important that I hit the dialogue exactly with my lip sync, because I'm going to be doing that directly in 3D to the dialogue track anyway. But I do want to make sure that my acting is hitting the moments in the dialogue. So I'm playing it over in the background and acting it out while it loops. Here's the video reference I ended up shooting.
Huh? Who, me? No. I couldn't possibly. 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 Huh? Who, me? No. I couldn't possibly.
And here's what I decided to use as my final take.
Huh? Who, me? No. I couldn't possibly.
And what I'm looking for in this clip, as I start transitioning things into 3D, I am looking for moments where key poses are occurring. And key poses basically mean anytime a big action is ending and another action is occurring, anytime a main component of a character is reaching an extreme, farthest left, farthest right, farthest up, farthest down, when a foot plants, for example, all of those are situations in which a key might be a benefit to have, where you baked that character in that pose in that moment. And the thing I'm paying close attention to is the root and the feet below it, because that is the character's overall stability. And because I know where the feet are, I can use them as anchor points for where the root should be in order to create a balanced pose. I'll be animating this scene in its entirety during our fishbowl sessions in our Patreon community anytime someone hasn't submitted something for feedback. When the scene's completed, I'll create a video here with the final product and some snippets of showing the process as it was going along. So to make sure you don't miss that video, make sure to like, subscribe, and switch that bell. Or better still, go right now to our Patreon page and sign up and join our community and get to participate in this thing while it's being created during the entire process. I talk through my process while I work so folks understand exactly kind of what I'm thinking and where my head is at while I'm working. If you just want to watch those videos and aren't interested in participating, you can join our Patreon community in our student tier, which only costs $1 a week. But if you'd like to actually participate during the sessions and be able to ask questions about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, then please join our community, and we would love to see you on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So if that sounds interesting to you, then come join us in our Patreon community at patreon.com/animation trainers. Or would you prefer to have a private session with me where we can discuss how to improve your animation skills working with me directly one-on-one? Then please visit our website at animationtrainers.com and schedule a session with me. My name is Ron Friedman, and I hope that we will see you for our next video here at Animation Trainers. In the meantime, keep it quiet.